G'day, welcome back. Day number, oh gosh, I've lost track again. What day am I up to? You'll know. I think it's number 13 or 14. Let's have a quick look here. 30 days coming at you every single day for 30 days, talking about composition. Here we go, day 14. See, time flies when you're having fun. All right, so day 14. Today we're going to talk about balance and harmony. Balance and harmony in photos. So it's not really a composition technique. It's more about design. It's about designing our photos. So that's what we're going to talk about in today. So let me just bring this up. Yeah, cool, awesome. All right. So we've talked about a lot so far, and balance and harmony have kind of touched on them in quite a few that we've talked about, which were use of space. So using negative space around something, and an active space ahead of a moving element, or where there's implied movement in the photo. So having an active space creates balance. And kind of touched on asymmetrical balance. Asymmetrical balance, even though that wasn't a tip of the day, it was one that I mentioned when I was talking about symmetry and how they're not the same. So asymmetrical balance is where you'll have elements on one side of the frame that are big, and then you might have elements on the other side spaced further away that might be a combination of smaller things, and that creates balance because they each have equal visual weight. And that's the key when we're talking about balance, is that has equal visual weight. Yeah, so that's pretty much that. Harmony is a natural flow, and I'll talk about this later. I'm going to talk about repetition and pace and rhythm. Rhythm, really, in a two-dimensional photo, but it's true. You can create rhythm, and it's a way of spacing out elements in the scene so that as you're scanning from left to right or from whatever leading lines, whichever way we're manipulating their attention to go one particular way through the photo, having space in between, negative space between, and then having a bunch of things together. We move quick, then we slow down, then we move quick. Works really well in a panoramic photo. Let me just have a quick look at my course here. So this is out of all these tips that I'm sharing are out of the Stronger Photo Composition 4-step system. This is not out of one of those buckets. It's not out of one of those toolboxes where I talk about positioning and preparing the camera, positioning the main subject, positioning other contextual elements in the scene, and then step number 4 is editing. So harmony and balance it's in all of those toolboxes, isn't it? And then we enhance it and further accentuate that balance and that harmony. Or we go the other way and we create visual tension. I'm going to talk about that tomorrow. But today it's about harmony. Harmony is closely linked to unity as well. So if you're looking at the Gestalt design theory from back in the 20s, that was one of the design elements there is unity. So I've written down here, before I do that, I'll go to variety and contrast. So variety and contrast, this is the difference between closely positioned elements linked to emphasis and hierarchy. Contrast can occur in size, position, shape, color, texture, or orientation of the photograph. Practical example might be straight lines next to a curvy line, or bright, vibrant colors next to a dull, neutral colors. So that variety and contrast. So the contrast, if we go back, we talked about this, the definition. Contrast is the difference between two things. High contrast, big difference between two elements. So there, we're talking about having a vertical or horizontal line and then having a leading line or a curved line up next to it. So you get that contrast, that juxtaposition. Harmony and unity doesn't really have too much of that. It's not really the opposite, but it kind of is. It's kind of, you want it to be aesthetically pleasing. And when people say that the photo is aesthetically pleasing, that's what they're talking about, is that it's balanced, it's easy to, I was just about to say easy to read, easy to view. It is easy to read. That's what visual literacy is, isn't it? We're making it easy for them. So that's what it does. Now, there are a couple of other examples here. This one here. So having an analogo, I can never say the word. Analog, and and Allegius, and whatever. Just read it in the course. I can never say it. It's basically having a monotone, so something that's the same color, or closely aligned in a wedge on the color wheel. We talked about color before. Color theory kind of touched on that. So that having something like this removes the distraction, removes the busyness, and so it's this photo of the church not far away from where I live, out in a little rural town. It's it's a lot of colors there, a lot of busyness, but by making it just the one tone and sepia as well adds a bit of character. So that makes it more aesthetically pleasing and more harmony in the colors. So there's not busyness. All right. Monochromatic. It's a fun variation of black and white. They use a single color cast rather than shades of grey. Works well with photos that contain lots of lines, shapes, and forms. Like I said, it's a great way of reducing those distractions and making elements like that really pop, like the lines and the bricks and all that sort of thing, just really pop. It does. Okay, what else did I have here? Gradation. So got another photo here. So here we can see the nice blue water. It's nice and still going out to the horizon, and then instead of just having sharp orange, the orange kind of blends back and has that gradation back into blue again. So that creates balance and harmony. So it's just another example there. It's just that smooth transition, and again, that's what I meant by harmony and that sort of thing. Everything is nice and smooth, everything's gentle and soft, and it just works so well. All right, what else did I have here? Okay, yep, I go a bit complicated there. Not going to worry about that. I'm not going to give all that. It's a lot of detail there. So I'll skip that. All right, cool, good stuff. Oh, Sally's here. G'day, Sally. Hi, how you going? Yes, okay. So that's harmony and balance. Balance. There's lots of different types of balance and creating balance, but at its core and the most essential thing is that it is visual weight, equal visual weight, either side, top and bottom, whichever way. And a great way of having equal visual weight is symmetry. We've touched on that one already. Okay, I think we'll wrap it up there. I've got some good news to share, and if you're watching this as a replay in weeks to come, months to come, bad luck's probably not relevant now. But if you're watching it over the next couple of weeks, a couple of days, I've got some exciting news. I've just finished the launch of the Stronger Photo Composition 4-step system, so that's done. That's now out there and publicly available. That's been a lot of hard work. As you can see here, look, I'm turning up every day for 30 days, and I have that much content, that much confidence that I'm not going to give away everything in 30 days, that I can turn up every day and over-deliver every day because the course has so much in there. When I say that, it's got over 3 hours of video, but it's not the value doesn't come out of how long I talk in front of a camera. The value comes out of the system and how over 100 different compositional tools and techniques, I've broken them all up into 4 different groups and created that system. So that's what the value is. That's where the value is that simplifies everything in composition. All right, but the good news is that now that that's all finished and I've finished doing my corporate workshops, I did one in Singapore this morning, which was cool, to one of my biggest audiences of nearly 600 people. Just insane. I should have charged them a lot more if I knew that. I charged them the same for 6 people. But anyway, but now that that's all freed up, now I want to get back into the workshops for you guys. I want to come back and serve you. So I've got a few topics that I've got there. So 6 steps to gorgeous photos. That's one that I deliver regularly to those corporate clients, and I charge $800 US for those. So I want to do small group with you, and that one will be like 99 US, and then I'll have a minimum number of people that turn up to make it worth my while. So I might have like minimum 3. If I don't quite get 3, then we'll postpone it and we'll do it another time. But what's exciting is that the blurry to tack sharp photos system and the stronger photo composition system, both of those I want to run as a 1.5 hour workshop, live workshop. And then if you join me in that workshop, then you get access to the course, lifetime access to the whole course. So it's kind of a really cool deal where you get the whole course, but you get an hour and a half with me, and we can bounce ideas, look at your photos, all that sort of thing. So it's a way of fast tracking it, because it's one of the biggest obstacles we all have when we enroll and invest in a course is that kind of struggle to get to it, don't we? So that way, I think that's really help you. All right, and the other one is, get this, a 5-day intensive program. This I haven't quite finished, but I'm so keen to do this because it's a transformation program. It's basically everything. So first day will be photo intention, storytelling, providing a narrative, finding your photographic style, all that sort of thing, getting to know you, what your goals are, because this is really intensive. I want it to be completely relevant to you, and it'll be capped. This one's going to be capped at 5 people. That's all there's going to be. And then second day, stronger photo composition. We're going to talk about that. Third day, we're going to talk about the blurry to tack sharp photos. We're going to talk about how to do that, how to capture the photo. So setting it up, how to capture it. And then day 4 and day 5, we're going to be doing a step-by-step system with Snapseed app, and then a step-by-step system using Lightroom. So it's going to be full on. It's going to be really cool. And then at the end of it, you get access to both those programs. And yeah, I'm pumped. I'm really excited. So as you can imagine, it takes a lot of work just to put together the pages to enroll and try and articulate to you what's involved in all that. So it's a little bit away, but it's coming. But the ones that I'll do first will be the 6 steps to gorgeous photos, blur to tack sharp photos, and stronger photo composition. They're the 3 that I'll concentrate on first and try and get you in there and have a couple of you in there. And yeah, it's just a more fun way to learn, and it's more fun for me as well because we'll do it through Zoom, so we can have the videos, cameras on, and I get to know you and what your goals are. So there we go. I've rambled on. This has turned into a bit of a bit of a sales thing. I really didn't mean it to, but I'm just really excited because I've decided that I finally have the bandwidth to do this and create this, and I've been working with corporate clients for so long now that I just want to get back to working with you, the photo enthusiast, the screen tappers. No one's told me they don't like that, so I'm going to keep going with it. All right, so with that, I'm going to say thank you very much, and enjoy.